They've been a team all year long, Eric, where you've seen the pieces and you like them, and you're kind of waiting for everything to snap into place and for it to suddenly work. Watching them over this 4-game win streak, is it possible that we found a snap into place moment, or does this look like the same team that struggled for such a great part of the season?
No, it feels like a snap into place moment, but like in this city, we've been waiting for that moment all year long, and they'd only had 2 3-game winning streaks all season long. Like that was the most they'd had until this 4-game whopper that they're on right now. And they just can't see. Every time you think, oh, that was one of those statement wins or snap into place wins, as you would call it, every time we think that, then they fall flat on their face the next day. So, maybe this is different because, it's do or die now. You lose to Chicago, you can pretty much say it's over. I don't know. We'll see. It feels different, though. I will say that. Like, just being in that room today, there was so much chatter and laughter. And as I've alluded to, alluded's not even the word, as I've strongly mentioned on this spot with you guys, there's an issue in that dressing room revolving around the coach and the dressing room fun for God, I call it. But today and the last couple of days, there's a ton of energy, and they feel like they're on the cusp of doing something really interesting. So that's kind of interesting to see.
And 4-game winning streak, not huge, but something to at least look at. Where do you look first? The goaltending?
Yeah, Markstrom's been a lot better, but their last 2 games they've allowed 4 goals both games, so it's not like the goaltending's been brilliant in those games. But prior to that, what's kept them in this race for the last 2 or 3 weeks has been Jacob Markstrom. And Markstrom's going to bounce back. He got pulled last game. He's going to start tonight, and he's definitely going to start tomorrow too, no doubt about it. This coach is, basically announced with about 20 games to go that he was basically going to ride Markstrom every game from now to the end of the season. And I think he's only started Vladar once since that moment. So don't expect anything different. 5 games left. You'll see 5 Markstrom starts.
Looking at some of the numbers for this team, I'm sure you've heard it all by now, but they get a ton of shots, but not a ton from the inside. It's not like they got small guys or players who are unwilling to go to that dirty area. Why do you think the numbers show them as a team that is primarily a perimeter shooting team versus one that creates dangerous chances?
Yeah, I think the coach and the system put such an emphasis on shot volume that it's a bit of a false stat. They have the NHL record. They've shattered it. It's an obscure record. I think I told you guys last. They've had, I think, 23 games where they've lost this year despite out shooting the opponent by 10 or more shots. Wow. That's pretty significant.
Yeah.
And Jay Woodcroft took a shot at their system the last time they played, saying, they take a shot from their own end just to pad their numbers. And I think that's kind of the way it's been. It's not that noticeable from here, but, I thought Ryan Huska, the assistant coach, said it really well. He said, we think that a shot on goal is the hardest thing in hockey to defend because after the shot on goal, nobody has any idea what's happening next, whether it's a rebound, whether it's a play in the corner, whether it's a deflection, whether it goes in. And that's the mentality. So these players have bought into it, and for better or worse, they're firing pucks like no other team in the league right now. They're on pace right now. If they miss the playoffs, they would be the first team, or they'd have the most. God, this is obscure, but they'd have the most differential in shots ever in the history of the NHL without making the playoffs. Like they're +8 this year in shots on goal per game, and no team's ever missed the playoffs with that per game. So it's routine for us to see that.